would you think would be better? I'll ask everybody on the panel, which is better to teach? This, that is a story that was made up to teach our kids, 3-year-olds who have no idea what race is, now all of a sudden is being taught that white people said this as a truth. Someone point at me that this being a truth, that white people developed race, that white people developed that all of a sudden that was our word that we developed.
In publications issued from the 1700s, Carlos Linnaeus and Johann Blumenbach listed 4 major subdivisions of Homo sapiens and divided humankind into 5 varieties, respectively, creating race. Both of these men were European, meaning they were white. We'll get back to this later.
By the way, I'm Cherokee, Native American. I think we have experienced a little bit of racism before in my life, Chairman.
Now he's interested in race as an adult, sure, when it comes to how or if racism has impacted him. Got it.
Senator Mullin.
So I ask everybody on the panel, which one is better to teach? This or the Jesus Loves Me lyrics?
Before I continue, that's Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin. According to The Guardian, Mullin is an election denier, former cage fighter, and plumbing company owner who sat in the U.S. House before being elected to the Senate last year. I only bring that up to say that he may not be dealing with reality as he grills these panelists who don't answer his questions the way he wants. But don't just take my word for it.
First, it is important that we teach Jesus. And
Absolutely.
Jesus is what we teach.
So which one is
but
better?
But the reality
is. So do you think this is
Could
the
she
right
answer
thing?
the question, please?
No, I don't want reality. I'm asking the question, which one is better? That's exactly what it is.
Got it on tape.
Misspoke.
I'll answer his question. We should teach preschoolers the book instead of a hymn about Jesus, or neither. Even as a Christian myself, I can recognize that a public school shouldn't be teaching any or just one religious belief. I'm not even sure why he's putting these two things against one another. False dichotomy. So this hearing took place under the title, Solving the Child Care Crisis, Meeting the Needs of Working Families and Child Care Workers. The panel is chaired by Bernie Sanders of Vermont. There, Mullin claimed that the book, Our Skin, A First Conversation About Race, would be taught if we socialize our pre-K system. What? He actually read an excerpt which said, a long time ago, way before you were born, a group of white people made up an idea called race. They sorted people by skin color and said that white people were better, smarter, prettier, and they deserved more than everybody else. And again, that's true. Pretending like anyone would blame little white kids of today for what Carlos Linnaeus and Johann Blumenbach wrote about hundreds of years ago isn't dealing in reality. As I alluded to earlier, Linnaeus' 4 subdivisions were Homo Americanus, Homo Africanus, Homo Europaeus, and Homo Asiaticus, while Blumenbach divided humankind into 5 varieties and noted that clear lines of distinction could not be drawn between them as they tended to blend insensibly into one another. His 5 categories included American, Malay, Ethiopian, Mongolian, and Caucasian. By the way, Linnaeus also included the categories Homo monstrous, which included many exotic peoples, and Homo ferus, wild man, an indication that some of his categories were based on tall tales and travelers' myths. And Blumenbach chose the term Caucasian to represent the Europeans because a skull from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia was, in his opinion, the most beautiful. So racist, so white. So we can teach kids about this without blaming them for any of it, right? Thank you for watching. Jessica Burbank called it. Ron DeSantis wants to make America Florida. This teacher can tell you what that's like. The link to that video is in the description below. My content can be found by clicking the Jeff Wiggins hashtag or visiting my YouTube channel, We Gon' Be Alright. And as always, my architect knows Japanese.